On a cold but sunny day near the village, a man was driving a truck up to the top of the hill. The road was passing through farms with little cottages, stables, and barns. It was a zigzag road with many bumps. Though he was driving carefully when he was turning into the road, his left tire hit a small ditch and the car got a little shake. Right at that moment, a box dropped out from the back of his car. The little box rolled down and finally landed in some water. For a couple of minutes, the box could not move. But after a while, he opened his eyes and felt dizzy. He tried hard to sit up and remember what happened when he felt water on his back. When he stood up, he could see a photo had gotten wet and the writing on the box was smeared. But the rest of our little box was healthy and not damaged. At the same time, a crow came down and asked the box, "Oh, wow, that was scary. What happened? I witnessed you falling down. Are you okay? What's your name?" Our lost box answered, "I don't know. I feel wet and dizzy. Where am I?" Crow answered, "You are on a farm. Do you know where you are going? Do you have an address?" Little Box added, "Oh no, my back is quite wet and I have no idea where I'm supposed to be. What bad luck. All I can remember was that I have some stuff inside myself and I was loaded in that mini truck. We drove for hours and hours and then something happened on the road, so I fell down." Crow said, "It's okay. We can go to the farm if you are feeling better. There is a clever dog there who can help you. If the owner finds your address, they might be able to find your final home and take you there." The lost box felt better and found hope from the bird's suggestion, so they started to walk and got close to a beautiful house. When they arrived, Mr. Hapoo, the clever dog, was playing with chickens and chicks while Madam Chicken and her chicks were walking around the yard in search of worms. After their arrival, the little box explained what happened to him. Mr. Hapoo tried to see what was written on the box, but it was impossible to understand, and the photo had already disappeared. He suggested waiting until the owner is back. They can ask Pishy, the cat, to help with the box. Pishy was the cat of Pari, the owner's daughter. Pishy could take the box to Pari's room, hopefully, and make it noticeable that there is a lost box and her parents need to help. It was cold, and the box was wet and disappointed. Madam Chicken asked everyone to get to her little house in the barn. While everyone gathered by her house, they started to ask more questions about the box and try to understand who this box is. Madam Chicken asked, "So do you remember what happened before you got into the car?" The lost box answered, "I was with other boxes. We were around 100 and went to a house when we were standing in a line. I felt someone put a plastic bag with some soft stuff and another heavy and round-shaped bag inside me. Then they added my hat with some ribbon. Oh, and lastly, they added a sticker and some written text on the back of the box. That is all I remember." Mr. Hapoo replied, "If you were going up the hill, there is a school, a clinic, some shops and houses. You must be a gift for someone there. And this painting, what is it? A man dancing in a red costume? It looks so familiar to me. Maybe he is Santa? But Christmas was 2 months ago." Mr. Rooster asked the box to stand up and shake. Maybe they can understand what's inside the box from its sound. The box tried hard, but no special sound was coming out. the box responded. No, I can also feel that I'm not carrying anything like liquid or seeds. The animals of the farm were silent and confused, but they tried to cherish the little box. They told him how much the owner is kind and helpful, especially when taking care of the farm's animals. While the box was chatting with her friends in the barn, Hapu heard a car getting close to the house. The owner's car. He ran to them. As soon as the back door opened, Pishy jumped out of the car and stretched. She was grumpy from visiting the vet and getting vaccinated. And she was hungry. Hapu started barking and got close to Pishy. He urged her that her help is needed quickly. Pishy and Hapu went to the barn and made a plan so that the lost box could get inside the house as soon as possible. The lost box said goodbye to his friends and walked with the cat toward the house. They went close to the window of Pari's room, and then Pishy started meowing. After a couple of minutes, little Pari came to the room and searched for the cat to take to the kitchen. Suddenly, she saw the little box below the window. Pari asked, "Oh, Pishy, where did you get this box from? Is it for me? Was the mailman here today?" As soon as she picked up the box, she could see it was wet and nothing was written on it, except the sticker of the dancing man in a red costume. Pari didn't find the answers to her questions, so she left the box in her room to ask her mother tomorrow morning. The next day after breakfast, Pari took the box to her mom and told her what happened last night. Pari's mom checked the box and could see an unclear photo of a flower. Though the photo was not clear, she thought it must be a hyacinth. Then she looked at the dancing man sticker and said, "Oh, look, Haji Firuz." Pari asked her mom, "What is that?" Her mother answered, "Hyacinth is the flower of spring in the Persian Nowruz celebration. This box must have been from one of those gardens which grow these plants. However, I don't know who this box is for. Let's go to the greenhouse and open the box." The lost box was so happy that at least he knows more about his mission in this journey. He was listening so carefully to learn about all the new things Pari's mom was explaining. Pari's mom left the box on the counter and put Pari on the stool and Pishy on her lap. When her mother opened the box, there was a piece of paper with a message of Happy Nowruz. There was also a plastic bag that had brown soft soil in a round shape in black plastic. Her mother opened the plastic bag and found a plant bulb. She was sure that this was the bulb of a hyacinth. Pari asked her mom if they can eat that bulb. Her mom responded, "No, they are not edible. We have different ways to breed plants. Some of them with seeds, some of them by stem cutting, but for hyacinth, we need to buy a bulb from gardeners and plant them." Her mom put aside the soil and bulb and suggested planting them in the afternoon. She added, "We are going to have a big Nowruz celebration in 6 weeks, and I am going to teach you more about the Persian New Year to you, my little love. Now let's go and feed chicks." She asked Pari to drop the box in the recycling bin. Pari put the box in the recycling bin, besides other papers and cardboard. The lost box was so happy that he finally figured out his journey. He appreciated Pishy and all the farm animals that helped him. He thanked them and said goodbye.